Hey, Huckster here. Matthew 24, verse 7 and 8. And there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. The Bible records that there were famines throughout all the world in the day of Claudius Caesar. You can find that in Acts 11. Judea was especially hard hit by famine. The disciples, every man according to his ability, determined to send relief unto the brethren which dwelt in Judea. Acts 11:29. Paul's instructions concerning the collection of fruit for the saints is recorded in 1 Corinthians 16, 1 through 5, and Romans 15, 25 through 28. Historians and others mention famine during those years. Tacitus speaks of failures of the crops and a famine consequence thereupon. Eusebius also mentions famines during the time in Rome, Judea, and Greece. There were famines in those years before the fall of Jerusalem. Along with famines, Jesus mentioned pestilences, that is, plagues, the spread of disease, epidemics. Famine and pestilence, of course, go hand in hand. When people don't have proper food or insufficient food, pestilence results. Historians wrote of pestilences at Rome in the day of Nero, which was also severe, so severe that within the space of one autumn, no less than 30,000 persons died. Josephus records that pestilence raged in Babylonia in AD 40. Tacitus tells of pestilence in Italy in 65. There were pestilences in those years before the destruction of Jerusalem. During this period, Jesus said there would also be earthquakes in many places. Tacitus mentions earthquakes in Rome. He wrote that frequent earthquakes occurred by which many houses were thrown down, and that 12 populous cities of Asia fell in ruins from an earthquake. Seneca, writing in the year 58, said, "How often have cities of Asia and Achaia fallen with one fatal shock? How many cities have been swallowed up in Syria? How many in Macedonia? How often has Cyprus been wasted by this calamity? How often has Paphos became a ruin? News has often been brought us of the demolition of whole cities at once." He mentions the earthquake at Campania during the reign of Nero in 60. Many other cities, Colossus, Laodicea, they were all overthrown. Laodicea being a self-sufficient city, and it recovered without the imperial aid furnished other cities. In 63 AD, the city of Pompeii was greatly damaged by earthquake. There were earthquakes in Crete, Apamea, Smyrna, Miletus, Chios, Samos, and Judea. Earthquakes in divers places. Many earthquakes were taking place in that first century before the destruction of Jerusalem. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these things are the beginnings of sorrows. Part 4 will be about the gospel preached to all the nations. Peace.